Unyame de ache umahene.
Good. Party Jumani Biana Nekwazo.
Nkakra yepem. So now so want to say.
Unyame adom kuma wonme
sambre no na masre mpenyifo kwan kakra me kwa kosua de kakra bi ewo abroche mamunti for be na watwe miensa na meni ha.
Ba oba ya na odi krata betum. Oba na de krata betum.
Be wo mpo na adwuma ne ye say.
Na wo follow.
Ye nkita hu di adwuma no. Me phone na me laptop me library me bibia. So no matter where I am in the world, me here on internet. Once I have internet, I can write, I can issue statements, meet me, speaking points. Idea was me be meet me. And even though I was studying then, no, na kakra na was ye bia, of course, ably supported by me two deputies, Malik Basintel and Comrade Akogano. Yeah, there was ye bia, yeah.
But Kumauna o samana pa their course no etisay.
Oh, Kumawu their course no na ma NDC sanse. Asante mantem ye baby where dema NDC kakra. NDC, MPP4 or more stronghold. And constituencies ni bi kra wa NDC where den kakra be Kumawu the over the years since 92. Ya ho den wo wa from pa. Since omo check constituency ni mu a baby ya ho den ne wonu kudi such a from place Kumawu na kan ye very typical MPP over the years and the man wo na wo form ti the woman say at least emretia we ya to 2020 about 20 mu no NDC yetumi emma ye man so man ko nanim by more than 1,000 votes o man asante menye easy say NDC be cost 1,000 votes nti Bible say count your blessings and name them one by one. I was see who says idea na yetumi ye no e wo mretia wa mu no but enye ni nyina no enwie peye e wo se ye adwumaden na yetimi ekoye nim tra bibia ye duru no na adwuma pa ye executives e wasante mantem ani Kumawu ene ye peace ye no mo fiti ase no ye ogidie mapase ye kobo won achi dom a 2020 ye ma na wo ye nyaye no yebetimi kura ayade e dia chance because the objective of the NDC is not to win Ashanti region but to increase our votes there and
it's not to win.
It's not to win. It's just like the MPP, of course.
In the voter region.
It cannot win the voter region. But I was here pijam anymore. What you are saying, if we have 30% in the Ashanti region, we will win any election in Ghana. What you are saying? Of course. Send a nipe wo ho moto abanisi do so fana na yetimi pija yemanim the last time in 650 something thousand votes. If we are able to get even 800,000 votes, 900,000 votes, for me is enough to win the next election or any election.
Na more attractive say Ashanti region.
Oh, na yenya attractive and kamreti ya wemu Kumawu anka ho eden a obi hu se wo hye DC atare kra na edi watami eni sika ora MPP4 be che ye ka akwan a anadwo de sum no mu ye nyina echi ne yemma yetimi increasing by more than 1,000 votes. O ma here ya there.
Okay. Well, the NTA share we say within 48 hours the NDC through your good self any Ghana's Electoral Commission boy back and forth won komo bebre ho metie for no mahwe for no miankasa ye be say the position of the NDC matters are very easy ye nyina yeti the akoso na asembise bi ho a mebusa na mebusa so no interjection ye be say one kasa always how wanya wo Electoral Commission processes and other matters be then we can have a conversation afterwards.
Yo o my let me free senka ye be start here free Supreme Court decision is so bad. No problem. If you want us to start from here, any problem. I'm say your honor inyan ntie say MPP mpenya party for omugina asen of primaries no mapre who will stand on the ticket of MPP in the by-election about the 27th of this month, you know. Omumu baako on tonaba ewa send off abato ngumani mu no ni dinim na MPP fo ni bi ni EC fo ni bi ye kana na se odi ni din beba bewura send off abato ngumani because we didn't be remua na just say ama send off adehye enya dream be say oh ura na ye na anete ya na aneto aba oye hu nipa nti ebia we should consider voting for him enti enya nti yesa na ye de asem ne babo nti na we isifo ensem o maka afasa asem we hu asfem areho. Yes, we know say na easy and te said ye na tibiem te say you Afarijan abreso animunyamo ana abato commission wo no ni se ni peti me dodo na me be ya adwen say abafom e sign ene MPP foa o mampenye kufu adode wo na kwakoda abato commission no MPP Tescon patrons like Bossman Asare no apia hene no
ono de ba out abedi na se mo for proof mo na de man ye fere no ono no de
be obia ni wo de kollegon na de bisa nkra no bisa obia ni enya za papa na ka say NDC a threat to democracy in Ghana no everybody knows. So these are MPP activists ya de o makwakotena battle commission omo party adwuma no mo ye enye adwuma ebe boa oman no na boa ya battle won hyehyeye ama sundwie aba oman ni. No, my same way. You can. It's very simple. I just said, yeah, what should I say? One tiasi and I want tiasi. About to be ano. Say a kotoa. Easy for a year in Shishaya, ebe she about one so. Na in Shishaya ni muba kone say, uwa upese wujine biana was a picking nomination form. Nomination form na se ne kire no ne krata oba be fele am ye hu nipa ko a wo ye na wa kire se wo sefata se wugina and into nomination form ni mu no emra ne se e wo se wunya Ghana ni a oto aba wo constituency na opese wugina no enye constituency foforo be bia opese wugina no na wo pawo wo propose se wo sefata se wugina. Na once answer when you Ghana ni foforo a woto aba was our constituency na pese wugina na se ofwaso wa second. Na when you Ghana for edunwotwe a omoto aba was our constituency na amomata wachi endorses. Samra we enya Sammy Gyamfi mra. Eye electoral commission for mra. Na samra no ya to ni din Public Election Regulations 2020. Public Election Regulations 2020 CI 127. Before we dey back wa na my common oh na yeah. That's it. Enti yenhwe regulation 6 of emra ye de hwe Ghana bato so a easy for na yeden. Aye. Regulation 6. A candidate for election to parliament shall be nominated on a nomination form in a manner determined by the commission. We found say the constitution no akan we diso. And found say susudua e wo constitution mu no we diso. Kire say wo ye Ghana ni a wadi mfie donu ba ko ne akire na wadwe mu da ho na wo ye registered voter na wo free kuro bi so ana wote kuro bi so ana say watena ho mfie num in the last infedu. And found what say eligibility criteria in the constitution no we diso. This nomination requirements eye mra foforo so we say we diso. You know why? Hwena pampam na zakra ne beka regulation 6 no. In exercise of the power conferred on the Electoral Commission by Article 51 of the Constitution, these regulations are made this day, first day of July 2020. Now, just a Constitution, no, at Article 51, ama easy for coins, omunye mra. I don't need a friend CI, no. Na, ye de be share abatu so. Ye wo mra, ye de share abatu dim twere so. And ye wo mra, ye de share abatu ankasa so. So what you say? Ni nyina na constitution na this to me na ma easy because ya bato mra ye ntimi ntwere ni nyina wo constitution ni mu nti ya pone mra ni bia ma easy for say mo nya mra na aka no. So what you say? En za mra no easy for ya omo de koto mra hye bedwam edi enna adonu ba ko na baba be ye mra e be ye mra e ye mra se bibi wo mu na nyempo a age se court a declare say your own constitutional So what I say, and now easy for us as a samrano. But until the subsidiary law is declared as inconsistent with the constitution and therefore unconstitutional and null and void, or until it is amended, it is the law. I will say with this. And it is amra we know. Obetre regulation 6 and I make on nomination na. Ube to me did the constitution no akano so article 94 1A where you Ghana ni where the fear do no ba ko ni achire where you registered voter wadwe mu da ho ofiri constituency bi mu anase ote ho and what now ho best in fear num in the last 10 years where you qualified but there was still requirements we will be this so into requirement and say a candidate for election to parliament shall be nominated on the nomination form in a manner determined by the commission. Nantie Treno. Or say the nomination form for each candidate in an election to parliament shall mandatory shall be witnessed by the signature or mark of 2 registered voters as proposer and seconder and supported by 18 other registered voters in the constituency. Underline in the constituency, not in a constituency, in the definite article. So what I say, maybe I would know in the constituency as assenting to the nomination. Into yes, you more was some chidom. I was some free constituency.
So I depend on what you need to no.
I was some free constituency. I would know, and yes, I made infinite. And the Ababa assent of by election. Easy for Ankasa issue press release. And Omoka say on 1st of June 2022, Ukomo website www.ec.gov.gh. Omo the nomination form for elections and share also be this so and stand with me say no by election ni bia no ewom. Oma you tell me. Na nomination form na easy for edit to Omo website and yes Sammy Gyamfi na me twerɛ easy for na edit to but me forward dem so woni bia.
Yeah.
Okay. Me forward am na aman komo no ayede won say dem me kan bia no mintum futuro e no kreturu do Choma hene aba.
Okay.
Menim se wahunu wo ho a.
Yeah, aba.
Enti part 1 of the nomination form for assent of by election. We the undersigned registered voters do. So in a assent constituency. Assent of constituency. Do hereby nominate. Why no nominating no?
The
candidate. Do hereby nominate the candidate of the same constituency. Into one year say also year of the same constituency no.
Ahana mansun one.
We mansu bi ni na yete brofo. We basic English.
Eti nipa mienu na omudi kan propose to be second year ne di nwotwe no an ye come asem
yes because say on be reform na candidate ni din wo reform on say proposer ni din ni voter ID number the residential address the telephone number policy bibia wo second aso din wo oba part 2 na won say nipa du nwotwe no
yeah
obia din ni signature wo nti omo ne fe omo ni wi no
okay
and omo say yeah power say wure yi oman no kwamna sante
medi yeso
esefata se otumi gina mrahye bedwa konya woni krum Kenya asiri of assent of constituency do hereby nominate oman kwamna sante of the same constituency to stand for election as a member of parliament, and we hereby certify that to the best of our knowledge he or she is qualified to be elected as such. It why no mudi no one dance say or you're of the same constituency.
It will be at a point but to was at now tried in Chirimu Abase ampa a constitution upon be my electoral commission why amana be yembra I notice emra kunina on to say be contrary and say I can say we the yembra but ye kaka we are you see mra bi and was I say emra kunini now emra kunini so on hye ye
beba mra kunini no so na mra kunini no hye no say ne mra keto abo abura enye yenka no radio so Supreme Court ne kasa asem
interpretation
na me no is intimi interpret constitution is a Supreme Court and interpret.
But
now, me no because the Supreme Court and say CI and nomination your own constitutional. Omakasa.
But
Debi Omakasa.
Omunyankasa.
Inti emrano, the law is the law. And I make us say, Yababa constitution so. What am I say? The brofu ya ken. Obi ote brofu bi antie. Why na easy for brofu no matwe no was our nomination form ni mu no. Omo say oye of the same constituency.
Open so say me e say me free e kan ipa edu.
Enya me na me kire brofu no nkire mu no say. Enya me nkire mu. Me say brofu no ase kire. Sammy Gyamfi enya me na me de brofu bae. Me nya Queen King Charles.
The edikai. The edikai. E she say obi be propose obi a second.
Yes.
And no actually nipa do what
and amra no say section 6.3 regulation 6.3 of CI 127. That is law.
And say the nomination form for each candidate in an election to parliament if an regulation
6.3 of CI 127. You had that one.
Okay, I have it.
Yes.
Remember see I can kind of you baby the free bar 6.3 Michichi already know. Fachabi. 6.3 the nomination form for each candidate in an election to parliament witnessed by the signature or mark of 2 registered voters shall be witnessed by and as proposer and seconder and supported by 18 other registered voters in the constituency assenting to the nomination. In the constituency assenting to the nomination.
And what you say?
Na say asema me no kan. Me say hona
there be o man will show you a tree program. What kind be wo potokasem? There what kind na chese?
There me kan chese say enipa mienu de di kan. Baako ebeka say o me ka say we mra na baako afo so. Na emu dum woche. Aka say ye te sa mpeso awe so no. Ampa ye gitum say asumesu embra. Ya kan akodu ono.
Na say o so mu free
the free sa constituency
me da say obi ha. They say yonko easy for nomination form no so. Part 1. First sentence. We the undersigned registered voters February.
Yeah sign sakrata we are you assign north no.
Do hereby nominate Omahene Kwamina Sante of the same constituency.
Do hereby nominate Omahene Kwamina Sante. Ye no ye free constituency ya. Yajia tumu yi Omahene Kwamina Sante
of the same constituency. Next Omahene Kwamina Sante free.
Now of the same. Na say me free ho.
There easy for say. Me anya me na me make o emfa wo de ma because me ba ye electoral commission for asem and we bisa me enti yanko easy for interpretation no na man for say easy for is a brofo kasa no kra no mote ase a
of the same ye nipa dum watwini mienu no ye free
it's asem of constituency no and na ye yi Omahene Asante a or ye of the same constituency na just Omahene Asante ni ye nyina wo constituency ba ko enu te ni ye di ni wansa adanse say ye nim no na osefata se ogina
me free ho and just say more constituency o say
there be yebeba o free ho no so me sat free easy for say of the same constituency ni kire say nipa kro ni free sa geographical area no
exactly
almost say of the same constituency ni kire say omu e power nipa no mu yi no omu nominate no omu nyina free the same constituency. Master Brofuna kind is kire. Let me read the statement to you. Also for the benefit paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of easy for statement for the benefit of the public, the nomination form states as follows: we the undersigned registered voters in Dododo constituency, let's just say in assent of constituency, do hereby nominate Dododo of the same constituency. Let's just say we do hereby nominate Omahene Kwamina Sante of the same constituency to stand for election as a member of parliament, and we hereby satisfy that to the best of our knowledge he or she is qualified to be elected as such. Clearly, TAC for interpretation. Clearly, as stated above, the nomination form only requires those nominating a candidate for a parliamentary election in a constituency to be registered voters in the same constituency and not the candidate. Master, can this interpretation be right? Adentia.
Ete me busa say aha na ase twitwiri kakra wo no
Omahene Kwamina Sante
fa cham you say
me ba so me ba we the undersigned registered voters ye voters ya sign say ya sign wo ase hey in Dododo constituency. That is in Asen North constituency. Yeah, was Asen North constituency. Ya boy your constituency din that. Say you was Asen North constituency. What you say? Do hereby nominate. She say you nominate you be. Why or my Kwabna Sante of the same constituency. What's of the same constituency? No, I refer to a more nomination. It refers to why would they say of the same? Of the same means they have already stated that those nominating are of a certain constituency, and therefore they are nominating in the constituency. That is why they are using the term of the same constituency.
Okay, Trey. The person need not be a voter, but eligible to vote. That is key.
There be a say argument. Nomination form, no. Maybe I remember constitutional argument, no. Because assembly the time I say yes simple. They say, maybe Sammy Gyamfi publishing nomination form for a by election, a send of by election. And then I may about to one CI 127. The one brand new moon na medi adwuma. And man say the wo propose the wo second the wo endorse omo ya do no 20 e wo so omo nyina free constituency ya ugina nim na wo a omo nominate wo as candidate amaya beto so aba no so easy for form say e wo say wo ne omo nominate wo ni free constituency back. That is what I have read to you. But and notice say me ka say based on easy for nomination form o maye for assign of by election. Any omomra umugina so de ye CI 127 regulation 63 sa nipe ya MPP fo akwakoto abama ne se wonyina wondi mu empress of election on qualifier midika based on easy for mra any omo nomination form enye me na me ye emu da ho okay chere me bi emu na ho
okay yenyina easy for kratara so na ye venin kobo no
all right
because of the same constituency na ayire no
no, the same constituency the mind because I want to ask ya na na ebo apaye because this is it
any pedu ni matias here
yes
any pedu ni na eji matum no and no chese
yes ye ni pedu ni ya yaji watum ya sensan ye wa send of constituency na ye nominate wo oman Kwamra Sante of the same constituency. Into of the same constituency, no. And you why you nominating when you say you are of the same constituency now, you won. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Was Sammy Gyamfi not aware of this phrase of the same constituency on the nomination form before allowing their candidate for the Kumawu by-election, who is not a registered voter in Kumawu, to contest for the recent by-election?
My starting few also. Sammy Gyamfi na me nomination form. Was eto de bia nipa bi mu kasa o mu ntie de o mu ka no o wan ne waso ben wanu but eto de bi na bias just say wo the party say makata wani a you make a mockery of yourself. Was Sammy Gyamfi not aware of this when he allowed na me na metimi allow will be so contest about Ghana na me na me wo to me say metimi allow will be so contest election enka ya can say odikene apalu mu kameme odike de kebia kameme na jira na palu so be ana so me
wadaroba wo nyina put
kame disqualify no kra nga Dr. Bawumi akra kame disqualify no odi ase etie me na me wosa to me no ye de ama abato commission it is abato commission na anya na dwuma yi a eno emfa Sammy Gyamfi ho eyo mo na ye animgu ase ma wo mo eno ye number 1. Number 2 I'm abato commission omunko biso mampenye Kufuado of the case of 24 versus Attorney General. No mampenye Kufuado any lawyer Chachuchikata na lawyers in the case 44 a celebrated constitutional law case. What do you say? And one of the principles are established. It was in relation to the appointment of the dismissal of appointment of Justice Apalu then and under the Third Republic. So that case, established the principle say estupel does not negate illegality. The children say wunya tomra. Untu min kase na anwa de twa mu no obi tomra. Enti mi ma tomra enya hwe mo fa ncheme. Utomra watomra. Se mre bi atwam amanfo atomra na ayanche omo no enya excuse.
But why would you fault the commission say omonti ase na daily opposite wonti ase?
Me say a multitude of illegalities don't constitute and that doesn't constitute legality. Wakɔbɔ kro no wo kejetia ya chew ya do ko police station osi o mo so mo duebo na kejetia de bia akronfo ma akronfo ba mu ntimi nchiomo ntimi achim ya munyan me asem wa isi for canon. The fact that moma yen ade a ensem fata emre twam unim Ghana enyema ya ye no for so many years ye de be court to say eye unconstitutional until somebody challenges it. The court will not pronounce on the constitutionality or otherwise of it. It is say ya chene there any argument. I just will be on temrase. What is the major that say? As I said, you say they be ametomra nti munya me na de be ametomra. No nya argument. And I woke up kumu wasema kumu me nyama na me virtue obi ehwe no nomination form mu. It is when I wan nya wadwuma wie na watomra eye wani mguase. Eno no nya excuse. E kire say de Sammy Gyamfi ka no me boa. Now, we are nomination. Mama won say me masem wa me babo nti be kan ye ni nyina no. Based on EC4 nomination form.
The nomination form na yemra.
And the nomination form is made pursuant to a law. What title of nomination form na? Cut and paste. E was CI 127 ni mu. And ye kukuru di ababeto a. Check the top of it. Check it soro no. The title of the law. This nomination form is in the Public Election Regulations 2020 CI 127 and yakukuru and it is already provided for in the law. And idea will be natural. Let's look at the nomination form. Representation of the People Law 1992, PNDC Law 284 as amended, and Public Elections Regulation 2020 CI 127, Regulation 6, nomination form. Nomination form. And nothing as how form way. So one feeling here. First, and the disqualify. Say the Supreme Court to say one feeling here in the case of Indium. Yama Quine, now I am François Cracrano. Inti mrafoforo na ye no 2020 ne say one fill form ni nipa wo say omu nominative form omu nominative no proposers na seconders no wan nye ni yi a isi form ma wakonya na kora no na say ye ma wakonya no na wan kora na o form no ye be declare say invalid ewum menkanjeo menkanjeo you see enyama we na very 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 simple. Let me just come to CI 127. I believe that should be Regulation 9. Regulation 9. 2. The returning officer shall inform a candidate that the nomination of the candidate is invalid where the particulars of the candidate or the person subscribing to the nomination paper are not as required by law. The nomination paper is not subscribed to, being here, where the nomination paper is not subscribed to as required by law, and shall give the candidate an opportunity to make amendments or any alteration necessary within the stipulated nomination period. Where a candidate fails to comply with sub-regulation 2, the returning officer shall consider the nomination paper of the candidate as invalid. What is it? Now I endorse no is na easier take issue decision. So we are gonna need no fulfill the requirements in the constitution. I don't just say ubetumi agina bawo. I was a mara we nyina no di so enya sa ya disqualify. And I mean some mara we enya Sammy Gyamfi nyam na me ye easy for na ye. Almost the you propose the all second the endorse no. I was so free constituency the ugina ba no free. E wo mo nomination form so. Na we say ya is a easy for no the obi ehun say the interpretation of dia to omo ankasa form no so no. It betrays omo ankasa lack of understanding of Potokasa. Because omo Potokasa no baka no.
Debi hono kra no make say
any washeda.
Oh debi hono se be kra make say sa hono hono
we the undersigned of a sin of constituency do hereby nominate Omahina Sante of the same constituency. Omahina Sante we are of the same constituency now, of the same constituency. We the undersigned of the same of constituency do hereby nominate Omahina. You say I'm English teacher, Emma easy for now. Now we be on your part-time classes.
The same
yes,
constituency.
We the undersigned of a same of constituency do hereby nominate so and so person of the same constituency. We say nominating a of the same constituency. Ya ncho mo brofo e wo school. Okay. Now yenti we definition the name, but Matthew amount for so argument. It be my argument to say, which is not the easiest argument, but I just want to clear it. If you must say of the same constituency in each baby are free. Or my to me say of the same constituency, no. Or more the say unlike the east, no matter brofo. Or say it refers to the candidate and not those nominating. Or my too. And or more argument say, but of the same constituency in each the candidate must be a registered voter there. So if you are in the constituency, no. So he is of the same constituency. That is one argument. And also G2 menye. My mentor didn't tell G2 menye no. Yeka constituency eye baby a electoral commission de mra atwa se ye to aba ewo ho. It is a creation a geographical area created for election purposes. Your geographical areas are ye de mpuntu your friend districts, municipal and metropolitans. By a polling station, electoral area, constituency, a demarcated geographical zones are yet to about. Into constituency, your baby are free, or constituency, baby out to aba. That is why I have to aba, you should be uncle the constituency in Kotwaba. So, what can say, what am I and two free Kenya say? Into Kotwaba, who Kenya say, now would you are, oh, my men, papa free Kenya say, wouldn't be to aba. Because they know constituency, no. Baby, I'll bet you to aba your constituency. And no answer to anything. Baby, I want to aba. Oh, my, that's what I say. Yeah. It is an argument, and so no. You're so many of the same constituency in your baby, I want to aba. And yes, idea, and as people will have multiple constituencies because of your baby fee. Oh, my, never not to aba. Want to aba one guy.
Me tuba me jaiko me krum.
Say open piedi.
Debbie.
Unya bedi.
Debbie.
Na say wo dibia ye. Na bone be ne wo.
Mempe.
Na mi bi say o. Time na o to aba won kran no. Say MP a o to aba ma no enkran constituency on any MP.
Yeah.
Wo beti bi aga say mi free kro wo 20 wo so ye me constituency MP di MP. O ko ho say wo ko to aba 7 December. Ye beka say wo din ni ho. E ha na o ma me no na nanom na chichiri kro no kra. Wo din ni ho. And your constituency no you be pamo say ko be bia odi wona koto aba. So constituencies are creations are about to commission agent amraso aye say ye de to aba odi ni wa your constituency no. It is our own we are no say we free ho so we free ho ye ni register chere baby obi free. Do we have a register in Ghana chere where people hail from? We any we about to nhye. But we have a register of baby what chere odi say to aba. Within me why in your constituency no. This argument no so mem. Then amount for arguments and say, oh, there's Sammy Gyamfi kano. O there say na easy for aya. 1992 constitution na ye emra wo tu nche dia. Na 1992 constitution no. E shemu say to qualify to contest na was say Ghana ni na wanya 21 years and above na wadwe mu da na we registered voter. Na anka say I was say we registered voter or constituency ho. One argument no. And say ufiri hwa utimi to aba. Ana wote hwa utimi gina bato ho ufiri wa utimi gina mrache bedwa bato ho. Wote was wa utimi gina mrache bedwa abato ho. One argument no. Into mu gina constitution so. O man ma menchero ade be. You see a lot of people they read the law and they don't read the law as a whole. And that is a mistake. So constitutional idea we babe me church what people are saying is not the case. But Article 42 of the 1992 Constitution. Article 42 to be a constitution. And the case about right to vote.
That's it.
To say every citizen of Ghana of 18 years of age or above and of sound mind has the right to vote and is entitled to be registered as a voter for the purposes of public elections and referenda. Dear Nechere, o se Ghana ni bia wadi mfie du motwe ene akire. Na na adwe mu da ho no owo eho kwan se woto aba. Na or right to say ye train di wa abato ngoma ni timi ma ne to aba ba yen ko hwe mra enu ye gina so e de twere amanfo din e ko abato ngoma ni mu say a stop at only these requirements here means a Ghanaian citizen 18 years and above and of a sound mind utimi to aba meboa that's the constitutional requirement for a person to be qualified as a voter or to be registered as a voter in Ghana. But CI 91 CI 91, even though part of the law has been amended, largely it is still the election voter registration and then the trading. But CI 91, Regulation 1, qualification for registration. He say, Constitution can't deal, or it to qualify to be registered. No? Just be a Ghanaian. You Ghana ni pe. The if you do what and I actually. Now why be muda now you qualified? I was here trail. Yeah, you trail. And I easy for so about based on Article 51 now. I'm on to me of the same constitution. So me about also. A person is entitled to have the name of that person included in the register of voters. Included. Just say who can say you trail with you about one. If that person is a citizen of Ghana, our constitution, 18 years of age or above, our constitution, of sound mind, our constitution, D, resident or ordinarily resident in an electoral area, our constitution. Constitution may find to have the right to vote, you must be resident or ordinarily resident in an electoral area. Any into your own constitutional, in your own constitutional. And your own constitutional. Because there need be anywhere what Mraponi when any bra. And the Supreme Court also would to me so Casa Mrano and Mraponi bra no Yankasa into Yamra Papa. Even though the constitution and Kase, it was say who electoral we are resident or ordinarily resident in an electoral area. No, this subsidiary legislation has said so, and that is what we have used since 1992. And who want to mean Kobe Bia? What say Kaswa? Want to mean Komadina so because you are not a resident or ordinarily resident there. So we are Ghana ni now we are 18 years and above and of a sound mind. What the constitution anyway, but until easy formula will be you free. So I just will electoral area. So what is my point? Those making the argument say there is for nomination form. Any CI can any constitution with your own constitution. Because the nyamre bia na try the constitution, si ya try mra ni na constitution mu anka ye CI. Afa yamra constitution na nkasa so, yamra constitutional interpretation so. 1992 Constitution Article 94 now must say ufiri baby a utimi contest yan kind year
94:1 A and B no.
Yeah, 94:1 A and B. What be with the nana? I'm using my guy to send me phone yeah me bibia. Let me just get it for you on my phone. 1992 Constitution Article 94:1A. The senior Supreme Court judgment. Okay. Or say, subject to the provisions of this article, a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament unless he is a citizen of Ghana, has attained, he is a citizen of Ghana, has attained the age of 21 years, and is a registered voter. Is a registered voter. We are not B. He is resident in the constituency for which he stands as a candidate for election to parliament, or has resided there for a total period of not less than 5 years out of the 10 years immediately preceding the election for which he stands, or he hails from the constituency. Now, the Achene say, Ansana bet me jina mrashe bebi akonyano. I was a citizen of Ghana. What do you fear do Nubako and more than that? Now we are
a resident in that constituency.
They've now when we are registered voter.
Okay.
One says was we are registered voter in the constituency or not. One fans also it is silent on that. But see a registered voter. Edientia. Argentina because obi 30 years on register Ghana and so you Ghana ni meboa omahene mankomo nya de
me ba bi na mpese me kenkan
no me say
no
and I'm actually B no additional requirements
ni ye he is a citizen and has attained the age of 21 years and is a registered voter.
Okay. In addition to that, no, over two. Yes, so you're conjunctive. Yes, in addition, yeah, either or necessarily also you're Ghanaian. It was all you 21 years and above, and it was say we are registered voter. Into being near additional requirements to a kind.
He is resident in the constituency for which he stands as a candidate.
What's a constituency now?
For election to parliament. Or has resided there for a total period of not less than 5 years
in the last 10 years.
Out of the 10 years, immediately preceding the election for which he stands, or
he hails from there.
And now
in the answer, you do qualifications. Say free baby no. I just say, hey no, what for failing? Which is you are a citizen, you have attained 21 years or above, and you are a registered voter. So what you say? Hey, neba ansana biaba. Na DNT na omo ye constitution ne say ukojira mrahye bebi akonwa e was say we registered voter. But aye ben na esi omani so. Die na omo pese omo achieve nti na omo kasa. Ade no man kasa Ghana ni a wadi mfie adonu ba ko bia no obetumi agina MP. Ni yesi aje se Ghana ni a wadi mfie adonu ba ko ye registered voter. You see, the law is silent on where the person must be a registered voter. Baby, is silent on it and chere. Say was say eye baby a ujina ma yeto so. Hold on.
Maybe person tiandi bi say. Say opese yeto so aba no. E say we registered voter.
Yes.
It just say baby a obetro udi no.
Baby emrane kasa. Emrane say was say we registered voter. Wanka bi anka ho. Enti wan chere baby a was say we register. Utie me. One chere baby was so register was we registered voter. And I me say DNT no mo ye mrane sa. I don't know when the registered voter ni shame. I don't know man kaza Ghana ni awanya 21 years and above bia why dream with that obiti ujimi jira MP. Dentia. Why the requirement that you must be a registered voter? You see, emra ye church asia. One way, one method the church a friend modern purposive approach to interpretation. The church say ye hweti mu po a de oye mra no omo twere amamra no na omo wonti omo ye mra ne sa na ya give effect to omo timi po. It do free say the framers of the constitution said you should be a registered voter for the fun of it. No, omo ka say you must be a registered, even though so ye Ghana ni uye 20 why 21 years no, you must be a registered voter because commonsensically onto aba identity we say utimi gina ma yeto so aba. You must have a voting right. You must have a voting interest in the election. And yes, that is the purpose of the law. So if you do the modern purposive approach of interpretation of this article, in my view, it must lead you to the intent of the framers of the law, which is that you must be a registered voter and you must have a right, a voting right and a voting interest in that election. And if you disagree with Sammy Gyamfi, energy mensa na bechere Supreme Court na bechere, only they can make can interpret the constitution. So what about that metronas? It's constitution no crowd more from because we are not even talking about the constitution. We are talking about CI 127 regulation 63. Any nomination form wajina mnaswa for assent of by election. And what kind of what CI 127 no say emra na ehwe abato so ne say upese wugina abato ni bia e wo se wunya omomoto aba baako o propose baako ofo aso na edu nwotwe eta wachi na wo munyina ne wo so mu free constituency wa eno so why adentina yes how law no ye di she mu say adentina vote bi antimi endorse. Why can't anybody endorse you? Why must it take only those in the constituency to endorse you? You know why? Ufise emre bia ye twere ne kwa emra ye twere bia no botaye biti mu po bi wo nti ne twere ne sa adentina easy for ye emra no almost say on the all nominative, the one proposing, the one seconding, the one endorsing, must all be registered voters. They must not hail from the place. So they must be registered voters in that constituency.
Sammy, simple.
Hold on, because of the principle of representation. Upese wujina near to so aba na wunya kwan komra hye bedwam. Ekosi nipa bi a e won peso bi so anamu wo mra hye bedwam. Therefore, common sense will tell you say omo a wo pese wo kosi won anamu no omo na wo say wo nominate omo propose second endorse form. E don't think say me kwa kogina MP e wo Madina. But Kaswafo and Aboligatanga Central voters and a man endorse form amount. The law has said so. Why? Now we said nominating they must be voters in the constituency. Now why you nominating you can be a registered voter anywhere?
But Sammy say literal
say wonko jina mudimu ase no fi 2020 yeto abani bebi okoto na ba takwa unimbientia what you ase no for nsem fata
enro
enro was say
enye sa campaign me say
you do say you to be wie ase no for hold on o mine ma komo ne ya de me ba mama no nsi wa ha na wasem bisa na ba what you ase no for nsem fata ana mo sem fata no dwe ase no for ade hye ho and a son of Mpuntu Dana Komaswa. Takwani a son of Takwa to Breku. What is the distance? Who did do Chrome for Temsi? Just a Takwa Mpuntu who he out and son of. Then you go now MP. You go to 2020 route to be. One to be. Now someone about one over here. Over here. Na aba also bin kotoman okra won to me a wo betumi ato ama wo ho because won to aba won to me to one vote to kra ma ho. You don't have a vote. Me de pass on no MPP for ato aba de yi no me de campaign be ye de o just so those who are saying na Sammy Gyamfi the okai na nyamra ne ade no who say be preduas o ma he nyanse ni ba ko foti na ba mra ajaje for kra no omutumi adwentimi ebo abura wo mra ba ko ho judge betumi aka say say judge bi betumi aka say say into until say court be pronounce on it no you can say you are right and that will be named the worker and they making enye me na makreti bibia ye easy for mra na me ba ye maken kan ya kiro me kan Sammy Gyamfi ana NDC document ba ko kran kire and na de maken obadwema bia wo tie mi na wo te potokasa na de kenkan no te ase bia nim se de meka no no kre eno nti ye de ye say ono na MPP for so mo pa no problem ye krasa na ye pen ono na ye hwehwe ne dada nemo ye ma send off ade share beto about 27 fini nyina hu se sa wo wura no omu send off for enyi ntumu so mo se fatenti no na bato odi nkura no so onfa nto de akose takwa oye ohodu allegiance to takwa wo bi ye abra bobra nya Canadian citizenship o se me mai ho donti se me mai betu mponti me de me Canadian citizenship boa for
it me
twam tinto time
I feel the all call to sympathy
one e call to sympathy
for tell meaningful baby I be do wadaroma en bu wani ngu so se de baby ya be do no onim de nti a ya be do ho
de ya be do ho intention no
be debi wadwini mu no on say sa na ya mania
say me so me da ya madwini na meka
eti enkosan wo say on say wadaroma wada emra de ka wi a wo ho kwan say wo describe na anywhere ope no problem with that wo wadwini mu giri say ntwachia many problem but the mention say woni mu mrasa no ma ye hu ba bia ye free e ho so twema me ntwe no ba bia ko jan say ebra be ne afro bi mrahye bidwani
yes
ebra ya swear in ewie se mrahye bidwani and na say what share principle no processes na say okay mrahye bidwani eti eno no wadaro man paso twen yeah of course you baby ham na bano no ebi ni but sabi me bi no baby ham na bano no
baby ji wa no
ameba baby ham na bano ultimi shada nka say ubu ani aguso unim de nti abidu sa baby
baba sere o baye
but the general rule person say literal meaning is clear
me bisa wase
o baye
u bisa me questions there time be no bi timi be ye mrahye bedwani wo Ghana e mra ofane form de come
east I may say a process, no. And I say when after.
But must you even ask this question?
I'm asking you.
Until you swear the oath, you are not an MP. Who makes me a time my shabby dreams that will shemra? Abraham to Swabase. I'm wedding couldn't say I'm Rashabi Jenny. Now I quack size or Yamashabi Jenny.
You're too swab or consoles that only Rashabi Jenny.
I just walk aside. Who swai we and why am Rashabi Jenny? Simple watching it be any MPP for the Supreme Court to say. Omudia Debbie. OPK form no fail the command. You can't say electoral commission for now. I was away qualified. I was at stage in the was all qualified. I was submitted form. And that time where you told Swabani here, time where Usway here, almost no. But it's not about what the MPP says or what the Supreme Court says. In the American Church say intention. What does Ghana Ekadien? Enti bo PNDC law 284. PNDC law 284.
Representative of the People law.
Yes.
1992.
Yes.
PNDC law 284.
Yes. Share
Part 2.
Section 20.
Section 20.
Native answer me saying. Section 20. Grounds for cancelling election results. Oh, me family dey now. Kind one no, the election of a candidate kind. Section 21 no. Jemediano. Oh bro for any mu hwam Jemediano. If you're 21 our kind D na mame.
Bajo. Be mami na me ho.
Oh, odi mami amenka. Mami amenka. Ba also bi ho no. Na atiefo hu se de me kan no. Me fa full stop kra anya den enka ho. Section 20D of PNDC law. 284. Grounds for cancelling election results. 1. The election of a candidate shall be declared void on an election petition if the High Court is satisfied. D. That the candidate was at the time of his election.
At the time
of his election a person not qualified or a person disqualified for election. The time Ben he was say you who say you are qualified or disqualified at the time of the election. Meboa. Enye no na mekan no. Eye mra ye to so aba. Ono aboja chikwesin ye to no so aba da be. Enye 7 December 2020. Meboa. Oma yin me bisa wa. There be en common yedi. 2020 parliamentary election ye to da be. Enye 7 December 2020 good. Enti ye misa ye won say at the time why you to so aba no you qualified and not qualified. The answer is in the Supreme Court judgment 35 page. Omo ankasa say no you qualified. You know why? Because omo say onyane krata e kire say onye Canada ni biem ye twa pamo a eda woni Canada aban temtin tuntai no onya sa krata no on 26th of November 2020 abano so ye 27th December na just 10 clear days asan de yebeto aba eno nya ne krata a bibia di mu bibia wie peye mane se fata ase wutimi gina mrache bedwa akonya ide then emra ne say you can only cancel the election about one you twem only when the person at the time of his election was not qualified. Now we be at the time of his election or you qualified because 26 November na saka den krata nyina na chenchina Supreme Court say abade ye twem yankoto foforo di enti no matwam a omo da o de nomination form ne call ye no now onye qualified or the nomination form called 9th October na 9th October no wa be ye mrahye bedwani.
Okay, Sammy, you try and buy a try and come on so.